Well, that was something. That was a very interesting race. Max Verstappen didn't win for once. We had a different winner. And Carlos Sainz, in the form of Carlos Sainz, which is a fantastic story. So if you're excited for this video and you look forward to my race review for the Australian Grand Prix, then leave a like and subscribe if you're already on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Put your notifications on so you don't miss another video. And yeah, let's talk about this Australian Grand Prix. Because Carlos Sainz won the race in the Ferrari, took the lead off of lap 2 ahead of Verstappen. We'll get to Verstappen later on. And never look back. Carlos Sainz absolutely dominated this race. I can't lie, man. I'm getting bored of the Carlos Sainz dominance of F1. I think it's going to ruin F1, you know. But Sainz, I mean, it's a fairy tale story when you think about it. He gets dropped by Ferrari back in February. He then gets a podium at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Then he gets appendicitis and then has to miss the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Then come back and not only perform, qualified on the front row, then won the race. To then win the race comfortably, very comfortable in the end. You'd have to say over his team. He had the edge over Leclerc all weekend. And yeah, it would have been interesting what would have happened. I'm sure Verstappen would have won anyway if he did have his issues, but hey, that's part of the game. You have to be there to capitalise the sites, took advantage. And still only 2 winners in the last 19 races. Since the start of 2023, there's only been 3 winners. Verstappen, Perez and Sainz. And one of them doesn't have a driver this year. Perez did have a good, we'll talk about Perez, but yeah, great result for Sainz. And it's great to hear the Italian Anthem again on the podium. If you don't love the Italian National Anthem, go get yourself checked out because something's wrong with you. Because it's the best anthem out there by far. And yeah, it was a fantastic drive from Sainz. Charles Leclerc finished second in the Ferrari. Ferrari won 2 for the first time since Bahrain of 2022. And only the second ever time it's happened in the last decade, they said, which is kind of bad to think. I mean, even the last, even if you include the 2010s, I think they already had like 3 1-2s in that time. Which is 3 or 4 1-2s at that time. It's kind of bad to think. Yeah, so that's kind of bad to think. But great job from Leclerc. Pretty much comfortable at the end in P2. Lando Norris on the podium with the McLaren P3. Great result for him. I'm sure the Australians weren't happy when Piastri cleared through, but Piastri kind of got lucky in the first place to get ahead of him. So it was rightfully swapped around. Norris on the podium for his first podium of the year. Great result for him. Oscar Piastri P4 matches the best result for an Australian. Classic Australians finishing P4. Australia could never get on that podium. Legitimately. So yes, but still great drive from Piastri P4. Great all the points for him. Sergio Perez in pretty much no man's land at P5. No, I did have a pace for the Ferraris and McLarens, and nowhere was way ahead of everyone else. I don't know what happened to Perez. Apparently he had damage to his floor. According to Christian Horner, whether that's true or not is another thing, but he did look off the pace. Something wasn't right with that car. Like, it's one thing to know how to pace, to be almost a minute off a Ferrari. Like, that's not normal. There's something has to be wrong with that car. Lance Stroll finished P6 in the Aston Martin, was P7, but rotated to P6. It was like P9 until the final lap, was promoted to P8 on the final lap. No, P8 on the final lap, promoted to P6 by the end of it. Great result for him, especially of the year, to get a good haul of points for him. Yuki Tsunoda, round of applause for Yuki. First points of the year for him and for RB. First points ever for RB, I guess, technically, in P7. Great, absolutely destroyed Ricciardo all weekend and gets a one P7. It's a great result for him. Fernando Alonso, let's talk about this. P8. He's finished P6, but you can see at the bottom screen. I don't know if you can actually read it because I can barely read it here, but he was given a 20-second time penalty, effectively a driving penalty for dangerous driving on George Russell. I don't get why. I don't get that penalty, to be honest. I thought it was fine. Alonso was slow, but 20 seconds, that's a bit harsh. Sure, 5 seconds would be justified, or 10 seconds, but 20, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, not good for Alonso or Aston Martin, and that could be crucial. I guess for Aston Martin, those 2 points they lost could be crucial, but it could also be crucial at the bottom 5 teams, because that 2 extra points for RB could be crucial come the end of the season. Then Nico Hulkenberg, P9 in the Haas. Great result for him again. Points, back-to-back points finishes. Like, it is typical, right? You go over 20 races without points, and then you score. Once you get points again, you get points in the next race. That's just classic. Classic, not just say F1. Not just F1, classic life. You wait so long to get something, and then you get it. Then you get the second one the following time, straight away. Like, it's pretty funny how that works out. And Kevin Magnussen, also in the points for Haas. Double points finish for Haas. His first points of the year as well. Haas are good, man. Haas was supposed to be miles off in P10. Here they are. We're probably the 7th best team this weekend, but they're the 6th best team in Jeddah. You could argue they're the 6th or 7th best team in Bahrain. But they are quick. They've got the race pace. That's the point. They can actually manage their tyres for once. So Haas are cooking right now. And it has always quick in Australia. That's always something to say. Here there we go. Points. Double points finish for them. First double points finish is Austria 2022. So good result for them. Alexander Albon just missed out points in the one and only Williams in P11. Probably had Max just missed out, so disappointing for him. Daniel Ricciardo P12 in the LB. It's okay. 18 to 12 is all right, but I mean that qualifying error killed his race. If it wasn't for the qualifying problems, he could have got P10. So disappointing for him. Yeah, Gasly 13th in the Alpine. Actually, a decent result for once for Alpine. And for Gasly, finding us a solid result. Did get a 5-second time penalty, as you can see at the bottom. But crossing the exit line, that's twice he's done that this weekend. Like, I don't get how he's messed up twice. One was in qualifying, which you can get away with. You can just get a reprimand, but the race, you get a penalty. So, tough luck, Gasly. This way for him. Kel, do I need to talk about King Sauber? Do I have to? Valtteri Bottas, P50, or P14. Joe Guan Yu, P15. I also talk about them together. Both having pit stop issues again. How can someone not put a wheel nut on? It's simple. Just put the nut, wrap the nut, and shove it in. That's all you have to do. I'm going to leave it as that. No context needed. I don't get it. But, yeah, it destroyed their race. Again, potentially, Bottas was with Magnussen. So without that, he could have got a point. So Sauber need to look at that massively because it's going to completely destroy their season if they can't do a simple pit stop. They can't sort their nuts out. Esteban Ocon, 16th in the Alpine, had issues as well during the race. I think he had a tear off stuck in his brake, so he has to come in to make an extra pit stop, which is a shame for Ocon because he was, again, with Albon, Ricciardo, competing around that P12 region, which is disappointing for him. And then it's P16 and last of the finishers. And then we have the retirement. These huge hitters, heavy hitters with the DNF. The double Mercedes DNF, which is massive. George Russell crashed out on the penultimate lap after getting caught up with the Alonso incident. His car ended up on its side, which is a weird angle for it to end up on. I can't lie. It looked worse than it actually was. It was actually a very minor crash. It just ended up on its side. The wheel just buckled and gave up and just ended up on its side. So what happened to George? Back-to-back DNFs in Australia as well for him, so not really wanted. Sums up Mercedes cease at the moment, to be honest. Lewis Hamilton had an engine failure on lap 15. It's a very early DNF for Lewis Hamilton in the season. Normally Hamilton's the last driver to have a DNF, and here we are, race 3, and he was the fourth driver to have a DNF across the season. So this one here, but that kind of just sums up his weekend. Like, struggle at practice, eventually got going in practice 3, then out in Q2, and was on course to probably finish I guess based on the results, P7 by the end, so still not great, is it? Just when Mercedes right now, they are battling against the Martin for P4 in the championship right now, which is a massive fourth race. And obviously the big one, Max Verstappen, DNF, for the first time since Australia in 2022, 2 years ago exactly, pretty much. His brake gave up. Apparently his right brake locked on, and it just melted away, just destroyed itself, and that was that. Lap 3 only for Verstappen, or lap 4 I think it was. Well, he only completed 3 laps, but yeah, that is massive disappointment for Verstappen. But hey, look, it's rarely you go 1 year without a DNF, right? Let alone 2. So I think that's the second longest finishing streak, I want to say, in F1 history behind Hamilton, from 2018 to 2021, mid 2018 to mid 2021. So yeah, like it's the second longest in F1 history. So it was just a matter of time before something happened. Let's be honest. But still, not what you want. But obviously, it brings it into the race winning streak of 9 races in a row for Verstappen and won. So again, it's Sainz who ends it. Sainz loves ending streaks. So you know, if we ever see a streak that's at risk, just bring. If you ever see a streak which might break the previous record, call Carlos Sainz and he'll be a man to sort it out. But yeah, and obviously Logan Sargent, I'm still going to include him in the video because he deserves to be included in the video with the withdrawal. It would be interesting what Sargent would have finished, I would say, P13 in this race. So yeah, still not over the Sargent issue. And clearly it didn't work out for Williams. So it was the wrong decision from Williams. Simple as that. But yeah, it was a decent race. Probably the best race of the season. Doesn't take much to do that, but still, I think the fact that we have obviously a non-Verstappen win helps that massively, and I think the Verstappen DNF will help that as well. So yeah, overall, it was a decent race. And I think the thing is, Verstappen's DNF definitely woke everyone up. If you were probably half asleep at that point, and then as soon as that DNF came, you're wide awake, and even people who were asleep woke up because they had the feeling that Verstappen had DNF. So yeah, that was that. So that was I'm waffling, as you can see. terms of the championship, Verstappen still leads, obviously. They captured like 4 points, but he's had a DNF, so that's fine. Red Bull still lead the championship as well. RV off the mark, Sonoda off the mark, Magnussen off the mark in their respective Jarvis and Clutch championships. Just leaves Sauber, Williams, and Alpine yet to score. I always have to say every team would score points, but I'm going back. Every team will score points at some point this year. Well, except for Kick Sauber, they can't sort out their nuts. Here we have the F2 results on screen next to us. You can see Isaac Hadjar. Here we go again, talking about an Isaac Hadjar win. This time he keeps it. So Isaac Hadjar wins the feature race. Got finally, for once this season, had some luck. Got lucky with a good timely virtual safety car and ended up getting the win. Ken keeps this win, so great result for him. Paul Aaron in the high-tech second and Zane Maloney third in the road-in. Some other notable entries. Antonelli got P4. I also was sure good results there. Villa Gomez had the points again. Everyone thought he would be pointless, and here he is finishing P7. So great result for him. Martin has more points. Behrman finally off the mark this season, and Crawford also getting a point. Colin Pinto did finish in the points. I think he was P8, but got disqualified. So sums up MP Motorsport's race. Speaking of MP Motorsport, Dennis Hauger crashed from the lead. Well, would have been the lead after the coming out of the pits, just on cold eyes and dropped it by the seams of it, unless it was a pit stop issue, but I don't think it was. Nothing's come out about it. Which caused the virtual safety car, which helped for Hadjar. Obviously, you have to enter the pits before it comes out, but they always wait for you to come to the pits anyway, so that's fine. Unless otherwise they put it in a safety car. Otherwise, well, they could have just put it straight to a safety car, but I don't know what they were doing. Actually, thinking about it, Joshua Dirksen and Zach O'Sullivan going to each other, and that ended both their races. And Gary Bortoletto just wasn't allowed to race again. Straight away, we were watching start replays on lap 3, which I hate as well, by the way. Wait until lap 7 at least, or 8. And when we come back to it, Bortoletto's in the pit with problems. So, yeah, he just has no luck right now, Bortoletto. There's 3 DNFs. There's 3 DNFs in a row for Bortoletto. He's on the third. Bortoletto is the third driver to have 3 DNFs in a row this year, which is kind of bad to think. Cordial, Hadjar, and now Bortoletto. So, no luck for him. But still, it was still a solid, still another fun race in F2. And then for F3, Dino Vaganovic won the race in the Prema. Finally gets off the mark this year. Again, another driver's had a lot of bad luck and gets a well-earned win in the Prema to put himself back into the championship hunt. I mean, if you win the feature race in F3, you're going to be in the championship hunt at this stage of the year, so great result for him. Leonardo Fornaroli from pole finished second in the Trident, and Gabriele Mini, Mr. Consistent, He's been quiet, really, but he's quietly going about it. A championship management drive. This whole season has been for Mini, just getting the points quietly, so and then P3 in the Prima. Luke Browning fourth in high tech. And I'm expecting those 4, the top 4 in the race, to be the top 4 fighting for the championship by the end of the season. There's some other notable mentions. Charlie Wirtz in the Genza, first points of the year for him. Nikita Vedran, first point as well, keeps this time as well, so great result for him. Christian Mansell, his home race as well, gets another point. And Campos having great results as well, and there was P6 the other day from Montoya, Boyer, and Gunther. So that was that. Again, another good race in F3. We had a crash at the start, which took out 4 people. 2 separate incidents, which took out 2 people each. Sophia Flourish. Passing the pole has been in Tapufa Fasaki again, caught up in an incident with Tramitz as well. Tramitz got away, the other 2 not so much. And then Ian Shields dived to the inside of Joseph Bloke and Tommy Smith and took out both of them, effectively. So Tommy Smith had an absolute home weekend to forget. Qualified last. Tommy Smith had the absolute disastrous home race you could have. Last in qualifying, took out Inter Pumasak yesterday, and then gets taken out and takes out Luke today and himself. So, yeah, the absolute you get 2 types of home races. You get the ones which go very well, which helps with the Silverstone, which happened at Zandvoort, and you get the other ones like this. I guess it's classic Australian curse, to be honest, where everything goes wrong. So, yeah, not what he would have wanted and disappointing for him. But overall, still a fun race, nonetheless. And F3, F2 delivered. To be fair, the Sunday races was all good. So, overall, a solid day. Verstappen, obviously, the big talking point about his DNF, and Carlos Sainz with the fairy tale win. So, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that. Check out these videos here on the channel, and subscribe right there. And I'll see you on the next one, which will be in the next race in a couple of weeks. Just be F1, so we've got a long waffling to do for the Japanese Grand Prix. Till then, bye, guys.